Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, comedian, writer, podcaster, and philanthropist, Mr. Bryan Vokey. How you doing, Bryan?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
How long you been doing this show?
This will be... it's hard to say, and here's why. I have 77 episodes out as we sit here.
Okay.
But I have 20 banked because I'm losing my studio. So
20
I've done
banked.
20 in the last month. So I'm not sure if I'm either going to put this out tomorrow or I'm going to wait
In a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to give myself enough episodes between now and when I find a new studio.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I was just wondering how quick you got to the bottom of the barrel with guests. But 97, that feels about right. I would say I'm the 97th best comedian in Los Angeles.
Well, you don't look at season 1 then. It was all open micers. And like my neighbor, my trash guy, the mail dude.
You had the trash guy?
Yeah, I had the trash guy.
That sounds way better.
Yeah, well, he came here and got the trash from the studio, and I was like, Pedro, get in here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You just talked like unions and stuff? What'd you talk about?
Yeah, we talked about trash.
That's fun.
Waste management.
Yeah, sure.
It turned out to be more of a mafia kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's plug everything you got. Where can we find you on the internet?
YouTube is just youtube.com/Bryan Vokey. Instagram Vokey Bryan. There's a Twitter account. I don't use it. It grows when I let it go dormant, and it shrinks when I use it.
Oh.
And then
Sounds familiar.
and then TikTok is Vokey Bryan.
Cool. And the YouTube is Bryan Vokey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
Yep.
I'm present. I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking. This is my second one today.
Sorry, I just got out of Los Angeles traffic and sat right down, so it might take me a second to get into my rhythm here.
That's totally cool, man. Where'd you come from specifically?
East LA.
Your actual address, so we can all just come visit you.
826. No, I'm just kidding. East LA. I don't like to come out west Los Angeles. I like to stay. When I start hearing English, I don't get comfortable.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable. I just want everything to be in Spanish.
We are polar opposites.
Yeah.
I just moved to the west side.
Yeah, I can't handle it out here.
Yeah.
I want to pretend I'm living in like fucking some small town in southern Mexico, and that's what my neighborhood is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in northern Mexico, but yeah.
Well, at a certain point, this was probably part of Mexico.
It absolutely was.
Yeah, and we probably just took it.
Yeah, but Mexico was taken by the Spanish, so we're just stealing from other Europeans.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's right.
I'm just saying. People a lot of people, that's a point they get hung up on.
Yeah.
This used to be Mexico, and it's like, another imperialist conquered here. Who cares?
We took it from those who took it.
Yeah.
Which makes it better.
Yeah, or it's just the same.
Yeah, just as evil. I had a guy a couple weeks ago tell me that the Salton Sea, whatever sea this is out here near Palm Springs, is that's where the Egyptians with Moses crossed the Red Sea, and that all the biblical stories were actually based in North America.
You met a crazy person.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he had all these interesting facts.
I'm sure. Facts?
Well, to him.
Yeah, tidbits. Let's call them tidbits.
Yeah, he believed it. And the way he was saying it, you're sitting at a bar, you're having a couple drinks. The more he was talking, the more I was like, wow. He went into Canada. He was like, Canada, that was like, other stuff. This is not coming out well.
Where were you?
I was sitting at a bar with an old buddy of mine. I've known him forever. And out of nowhere, he just drops this stuff on me. I didn't know he was crazy.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The Egyptians were, typically, most people think the Egyptians were in Egypt.
Right, one would hope. And then he said that the tribes of Judah got spread across the globe, but they were originally based. The climate in Palm Springs is not far from Egyptian climate.
Sure.
Yeah, because I've been to Egypt so many times.
I do want to go there. I don't know though. The pyramid community.
Yeah,
they're very passionate. I upset the pyramid community.
All of them.
They because I'm not that impressed by the pyramids. Like, I don't think they're so impressive that aliens are responsible for them.
Right.
Like, I think if you throw enough slaves at anything, you can get something done.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I do it, shit gets done.
By the way, that was originally on the American dollar. That's what it said in the bottom. If you throw enough slaves at anything, you can get it done.
We'll trade for slaves.
That's like an 1824 Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
The pyramid community, first of all, they are very happy and impressed by the pyramids, and they do think aliens did it.
Yeah,
and they're really easily offended. That's a funny thing about when you're just a dumbass comedian posting stuff that you're just thinking about. You don't realize that a lot of people are really passionate about really unimportant things.
Yeah, you can find a group for any topic.
But some of them, the bike community.
Oh, yeah.
Intense.
Right.
You don't want to go near them.
Oh, man. Down at the beach, I'm just walking down the boardwalk, and these people are like, on your left!
I know.
And I'm like, get new spandex! Like,
yeah.
That's not where you need to be biking professionally.
Yeah.
With the sponsored logos, spandex at the beach.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Go climb a mountain. If you're going to wear that, like, do something impressive.
Yeah.
That's for cruisers. That's for fat tires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just riding around. You got the hat with the beers in them, and you're just sipping.
Hat beers.
Yeah. You shouldn't be doing Lance Armstrong style racing across the beach.
No. You should be going on empty highways.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. Go on the 4. They should let bikes on the 405.
Yeah.
Traffic doesn't move.
It does not move. Although, if you see what happens with motorcycles, I mean, we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a guy standing on his motorcycle today.
Good.
Just standing I was like, wow, I hope he falls where I can still see him.
This town.
Are you a motorcycle rider?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't do anything.
Nothing.
I used to do a lot. Now I do nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Now I live like a writer, but I don't write.
Okay.
I live like a novelist.
Right.
Yeah.
You're preparing for your next book.
Yeah. First book.
First book.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm
also
preparing for my first
your
book.
next book.
Yeah.
It sounds better when you say next book, though.
Yeah. I'm just sitting in a room staring. I just like I'm finished.
Yeah.
Maria Bamford has a great joke where people are always like in LA, like, what's up? What's next for you? What do you got? What irons are in the fire? And she goes, oh, I finished early. And that has become, I finished early has become my life motto.
Yes. That's a good one. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm done. And to just see the shock on someone's face who's still thinking that they need to stay incredibly busy all the time.
I know, dude. Yeah,
Oh.
like that. Just when you're sitting in a green room of the Hollywood Improv or whatever, and everybody's just talking about their ambition.
Yeah,
and it's just like, I just want a nap. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna talk about Prince Andrew. They're gonna laugh or not,
right?
And then I'm gonna go home, and it will all mean nothing. And I can't wait for you to find out it all means nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I saw Nine Inch Nails on Saturday, so I'm in a good goth mood.
I have a neighbor that only talks about Tool.
Yeah.
And I put Tool and Nine Inch Nails kind of in the same category.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Tool is for the faux intellectual.
Yeah.
Tool is the mushroom bro. The Tool is like people who like what's that? Like Timothy Leary type fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not smart, but in their pool of community, they're very smart people.
Right.
Like at the gym.
Yeah,
they're the intellectual guy of the gym.
Right, they're the smartest. Guy
They got like their third eye tattooed on them. Yeah, and they're
where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, Nine Inch Nails is more for cutters.
All right,
yeah.
Are you a former emo kid?
I was a punk kid.
Okay,
hard like serious. Protesting, gonna change the world,
Portland style.
Yeah, I got a little anarchy symbol tattooed on my hand. Like, the douchiest human being you could possibly.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Portland, Maine. Well, Westbrook, Maine, right outside Portland.
Oh, so a different Portland.
Yeah. And then we moved to outside the Atlanta suburbs when I was in like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet punk scene in Atlanta.
There is actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said that mildly ironically, but. Yeah.
I love North Carolina.
Dude, it's great. I like Atlanta better than where I grew up in Raleigh. But.
Atlanta's like one of 4 cities I can tolerate anymore.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, the traffic in Atlanta. Bro, come visit for a day.
Yeah. But also, don't live in the suburbs. If you live inside Atlanta, you can get around easy. It's no problem.
It's a city.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Get on your bike and you can get anywhere you want.
If you're amongst millions of people, how dare you demand space?
Right.
Like that's your fault.
Right. Like everybody in Austin's like, everybody's moving here. It's like, well, that's your fault. You made a cool city.
Also, I just was there for like 2 weeks, and every friend I had there was begging me to move there. So I don't think a lot of people are moving there. There's a desperation and a loneliness to the people I know who live there.
Yeah. I'm going there in 3 weeks for the F1 race.
Yeah.
And with that, my Tool friend, who also watches the show. Hey, Brian, how's it going? And,
my apologies.
No, it's all good. He'll be like, thanks for the shout out. But are you a fan of Austin?
I don't care. It's a nothing city to me. Like it doesn't really do it for me. A place is pretty rough when everybody's like, it's really awesome here. They're trying to sell you while you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm here. It should be. I should be sold.
Stay forever.
Yeah. No, when people are begging you to come somewhere, that place sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Austin sucks, but I mean, listen, it's all in your head. You know, you could be happy in prison.
That's true.
You know,
some people are happy in prison.
Yeah.
I was very happy in prison.
Were you in prison?
No.
Oh.
My last relationship felt like a prison.
Marriage?
Almost.
Yeah, were you engaged?
We lived together. No.
No.
But so how is it almost marriage? I don't know.
You thought about it in your head?
I can't think as fast as you. I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah, no, I had a good time in Austin. Anywhere can be good for a week. I was just in Charleston, South Carolina for a week.
Did you see Bill Murray?
I did actually.
Did you really?
Swear to God, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I went to his minor league baseball team. We're in the playoffs, the River Dogs.
Yeah.
The Charleston River Dogs, and it was, first of all, it was so fun.
Yeah.
I love minor league baseball.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah. And he was there. He was doing some pre-show antics, and the cast of Righteous Gemstones were there. It was
awesome.
Yeah, because they were like off for a week. They were filming down there, and they were like off for a week. So some of them were there. And the game was electric, dude. It was sold out. And like there were fans from the other minor league team. That's something I never saw.
The Savannah Bananas?
It was not. It was the Myrtle Beach. They were called the Pelicans, but it's the team that Kenny Powers plays for at Eastbound and Down.
No shit.
But they're called the Mermen in the show.
Right.
But they're actually called the Pelicans, which I think they should change it to the Mermen.
Why not?
Charleston River Dogs used to be the Charleston Rainbows. And they had their logo was a rainbow shooting through the center of the state of South Carolina. And
yeah, but their attendance went up when they changed their name.
Yeah, Bill Murray wants to change it back.
Does he really?
But I feel like until Lindsey Graham either retires or comes out of the closet, there's no way that's happening.
Neither one will happen.
No,
he'll never die.
Nope.
And he'll never admit how much he likes dudes.
Yeah. That was the thing where remember originally when monkeypox came out, it was kind of sold as a gay thing.
Right.
It's not now.
No.
But originally it was.
Right.
And I was a little fired up because I was like, dude, if Lindsey Graham comes out with monkeypox.
Every senator that's ever said anything bad about gay people is just like, I got monkeypox now.
But also, how stupid is the public that we still think after AIDS that there's something only gay people can get, as if their chemistry is different.
I think the last 2 years have just proven how much stupidity the American people can believe at one time.
I think also the easier it is to make a joke about something, the more people want to believe it.
Right, like the pyramids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, have you been to? You haven't been to Egypt yet?
Nah, I don't. I the pyramids I want to see are those ones down in Peru.
Oh,
no offense to Egypt, but I'm more impressed with like they just did a straight up triangle.
But not Machu Picchu, just the ones down in like the regular jungle?
No, Machu Picchu. That's where I want to. Yeah, that's where I wanna go. Have you been there?
Been to Peru, not to Machu Picchu.
Ah, damn.
What a waste, right?
Yeah, we're doing
literally nothing else. I flew into Lima and took a 26-hour bus up to Ecuador.
Why did you fly to Ecuador?
Because we were coming from Colombia. I know that's the dumbest answer ever. Duh, we were coming. You cannot travel on land from Colombia south to Ecuador if you can't cross the border as a gringo. You have to fly. We could have flown into Ecuador. We flew down. I don't know. We flew down to Lima. And I was just helping out a nonprofit. I was filming some stuff. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was the plan. So I just went with the group.
How was Ecuador?
Oh, I've been to Ecuador a billion times.
So the only thing I know about Ecuador was that it was recently in the news for some seriously brutal prison riots.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I know it's Spanish for equator, and that's all I got. So I don't know any
until
do they have a Coke thing like Colombia?
Not really. Ecuador is super duper chill. The coolest thing about Ecuador is that their government subsidizes the gas. So every gallon of gas is $1.
Do they? So they're like Venezuela. They're rich in oil.
They are rich in oil, but they have this pipeline system, and the cartels will tap into it, and you can buy roadside gas like anywhere you want from a Mountain Dew bottle. Because like if you just got to fill up your motorcycle, you just
right.
pull over at a hut. So I would go into Quito, the capital, and until they remodeled their airport, it used to be the shortest landing strip. So it was the hardest place to land a plane in the world.
Right. Do they have the little cables like on a Navy ship that hook onto you? The little bungee cables?
I don't know, but my buddy who works down there was on the last flight in before they shut the whole thing down.
Right.
And I don't think they have the cables, but that would be pretty hard to land on too.
Yeah.
Did you see Top Gun?
I did.
Did you like it?
No, but I liked the first one. I thought the new one was heterosexual propaganda.
Oh.
And the fact that they... Yes, because...
Promoting heterosexuality.
Only because the first Top Gun was very erotic, gay, homoerotic.
Yeah.
You know, that volleyball scene, they're all oiled up.
Yeah.
Now they got the football scene on the beach and they're throwing women in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, I'm all for inclusion, but like this is supposed to be like a homoerotic movie.
Right.
And with the one sex scene, Tom Cruise, they kiss and then they cut and it's morning. It's just they took out all the. It's just like the way the world is now. It's just this unromantic, sexless fucking. I don't know.
Where's the sex?
Yeah, it was dumb. It took out all the things that made the '80s. From what I'm guessing, I didn't really experience it, but
I heard somebody compare it to the original Star Wars #4, where they have to. The fighter pilots go into the base and have to shoot this small target and they have to escape.
That's true. Also, the whole premise of the movie is a war crime. We don't need to get hung up on that.
No big deal.
You can't just go into Iran and fucking attack it.
Right. Well, unless you're Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah, unless you're Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole movie's a war crime and they made it straight. Not interested.
All the camera nerds that I work with on commercial sets, they're like, they put cameras inside the cockpits. I'm like, yeah, you have to.
Sure. It's a suction cup and a GoPro. I'm not that impressed.
They put some big brain cameras in there, but it's like, cool. You did it.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the technical aspect of a movie isn't what's going to sell me on it.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, it is very difficult to work with the military just from a organizational standpoint, and like the paperwork that you have to file to like shoot on the aircraft, but on the aircraft carrier. But that's just like weeks of filling out forms. That's not like
I know. I was in the Army. I know.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me tell you more about the Army then.
I was never on an airplane for like a military airplane. Not even a C-130. I had the most unremarkable years in the military that you could imagine.
Yeah.
I was stateside the entire time. I was active duty, but I was stateside.
What base?
I was at Fort Meade, Maryland. I went to basic at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I went to Maryland for AIT, which is your training, and then I was stationed at Fort Gordon, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia.
All right.
2 hours from where I went to high school.
Wow.
Yeah. I left for the military.
Ma, Pa, I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to see the world.
Can I crash here on Friday nights and Saturdays?
I've got leave coming up. Can I stay here in my old room?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. How bummed out were you?
I was actually not that bummed out because I didn't have a hard on for war.
Okay.
I just kind of was bad at school and just ended up there in a weekend of bad decision making.
Yeah.
And I hated it. So I was actually stoked to go to Athens, Georgia, and Atlanta to go chill with my friends.
You wanted the vanilla version.
Yeah. I didn't know I didn't know what I wanted. But I figured out real quick the military was not what I wanted.
Yeah, I've told this story a billion times, but I'll give you the brief version. I was not very good in high school, and I was going to have to repeat my senior year. So I went to the military. I went to the Marines, because if I was going to join the military, I want to do the hardest one.
Yeah, sure.
And I sat down. Recruiter had a desk like this, but there was a chair sitting this way. Mm-hmm. And he hands me the pen, slides me my contract, and he goes, I knew you were going to sign up. And I go, oh, excuse, what did you say? Because everyone who's ever sat in that chair has signed their contract.
It's like men who stare at goats type shit.
Yeah, and I went, till now, and I walked out. That's how close I got to being a Marine.
But then the guy's psychic energy freaked you out?
No, I mean, if you're going to tell me that every single person... Yeah, exactly. That took me a second, sorry. Yeah, if you're going to tell me everybody's done it, I was that kid.
Yeah.
That's how punk rock I was.
I'm with you. I'm a contrarian. It's in my blood. Like,
yeah.
I can't... Like, I was at the Rams game on Sunday. Was that yesterday? Yeah. And it was the Rams-Falcons. And I switched, depending on who was up, I was just started rooting for the other team. And I meant it.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, I was jumping up and screaming for Cooper Kupp, and then I was screaming for a Falcon.
Yeah.
And it was sincere.
Makes for a better game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It depended on what section I had snuck up to. We had snuck up to an Atlanta section. I was a Rams fan. Then we moved around to the 50-yard line where it was all Falcons fans. And then,
My local bar is a Florida State bar, and I think it wasn't this Saturday, it was recent, maybe last Thursday. They were up by 7 with a minute to go, and I was like, other team's going to grab the ball, and they're going to score.
Yeah.
And they did, and there's like 60 dudes, and they're like, fucking Florida, and I'm like, yeah. And they do, and then they blocked the extra point, and the place went absolutely insane. But like right up until they blocked it, and then of course it's like, we did it.
Yeah,
and you're like, did you? You sat at a bar by the airport.
Yeah.
And they're in Florida. So
I'm a diehard Packers fan, and there's a Packers bar. There's several, but I went to one. I don't know where it was, somewhere in Culver City or something. And every time Green Bay scored a touchdown, they play that "I don't want to work, I want to bang on my drum all day." 'Cause that's what they do at Lambeau Field.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were crowd surfing a fucking blow up doll, and everybody's wearing cheese heads, and they're erupting. And you would think it'd be like a paradise, but I was like, I don't know if I like the Packers anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like being surrounded by. I hate the contrarian in me. I really do.
Yeah.
It's a problem. It's like it's a
Right.
self-destruction button. I'm sure you understand.
Oh yeah, I want to be having fun, but all these other motherfuckers are having fun.
Yeah, it's ruining my fun.
Yeah. If everybody else is miserable, I'm having a great time, which is why I love Vegas so much.
Yeah, everybody's miserable there.
I mean, literally, I don't know why people keep going. I go all the fucking time, and all you do is see people go like, "God damn it!" and like they're losing on everything, and I'm like,
there's no water. You love it.
"Yeah, it's awesome."
Yeah. Did you see that Lake Mead started the lake out there? The water level got so low that mafia bodies started popping up.
I heard that, but they have some kind of bullshit about the water level at Lake Mead like every year.
Yeah.
The dam's still full.
They said it's a record low now.
They say that every year. I mean, it's probably true every year. Like it's probably lower and lower every year.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean I don't leave my shower on the minute I get in my hotel room in Vegas until the minute I leave 2 days later.
Well, yeah. I mean, we need to end that city.
I'm
It doesn't
paying
belong there.
Right. It doesn't. Nothing should be there.
Nothing should be there.
No.
So let's drain it dry and get out of there.
If we burn Vegas to the ground, we can take all of because each individual casino is now placed at their own solar farms out in the middle of the desert. Mm-hmm. So they're all solar independent. If we burn Vegas to the ground, Los Angeles can have free power.
There you go.
Solving the world's problems, one
Right.
problem at a time.
And we all know that Los Angeles is more important than Las Vegas.
I mean, we create the world's entertainment. So what's Vegas doing? You have to go there to be entertained.
yeah, you do have to go there.
We'll ship it right to your fucking computer.
I would be fired up for that because I'm a huge boxing nerd. I would love for the fights to come to LA instead of going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we build a couple more crypto.com arenas,
Yeah.
don't we owe the Clippers a stadium now?
I think we do. .com is so embarrassing in a title. Remember the original .com, like the late 90s San Francisco .com explosion?
Yeah. Oh, the .com bubble.
Where everything was .com
Yeah.
this, .com that.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's like a relic from 1997.
It
being
does.
called crypto.com.
Well, it's enveloping both bubbles. It's taking the .com bubble and the crypto bubble and making
Right.
it one real bad bubble.
And I guess because crypto is like you can't copyright that term. So even though the company is called crypto, you have to put crypto.com because that's a vague.
That's the name of their app.
It'd be like if a company was called Grass.
Right.
You couldn't call it.
Look,
Yeah.
everybody, I invented trees.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, trees.com. Yeah.
Yeah. Trees.com,
Yeah.
which is for sure something. That's a dispensary probably
Oh,
down the street from my
100%.
house.
Anything you can think of, there's a .com for it.
Yeah.
It's either somebody holding it hostage to the person that really wants it or somebody that just failed at something already.
Yeah, somebody has BryanVokey.com.
Yeah, somebody's got IsaacAbrams.com too.
Yeah.
But I knew that when I changed my name, so I went into
You
it.
changed your name?
I did. I had my season 1 name was Isaac Heckert, which is my real name.
Hecker?
Heckert with a T.
Heckert.
It's just hard to say.
So where'd you get Abrams?
My middle name is Abraham. So I just shortened it.
That's quite a biblical name. Were you raised religiously?
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of religion.
Yeah? What religion?
Christianity.
But like what brand?
I went to a Baptist school, but we went to like a non-denominational church 4 times a week.
Are you like hippie Asheville Christian?
No, like middle of the road, like Presbyterian kind of.
Yeah. Wow, super religious. 4 days a week, you said?
So Sunday morning, it'll be Sunday school and then church Sunday morning, and then youth group and Sunday night church on Sundays. That's 4 times in Sunday. Wednesday night church, and then we had chapel every morning at 10 o'clock
Jesus
at school.
Christ.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic. It's easy.
Yeah.
Everybody complains about the molesting, but I'd rather just get touched on Sundays and have the next 6 days off.
Small price to pay.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Catholics have it the best.
They do. They do.
Because-
do whatever you want to. sit in a booth.
Sorry on Sunday.
Sorry on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, you got to feel guilty all the time.
And they work around your schedule. There's like a 9 a.m. mass. There's a 12 a.m. mass.
They don't have locks on the doors.
Yeah.
You can go in and pray in the church whenever you want to.
Is that true? Because I've always, in movies, there's always these scenes where people are in pews.
And it's always Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, come in here to pray.
Yeah. And it's like 1 a.m. and I'm like, really? Are you really allowed in there?
I based what I just said off of movies.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Home Alone. They're like just sitting there.
Right. A solo lonely child, Macaulay Culkin, just walks in at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
The priest isn't like, where are your mom and dad? He's like,
the priest would do a touchdown dance if a Macaulay Culkin walked in at 1 a.m.
Yes, my prayers have been answered.
There is a
God. Until he walks in with Michael Jackson.
No, walks in with the guy with the shovel.
Oh, yeah.
The old man with the shovel.
Right. That dude was...
hardcore.
Yeah.
Very scary.
There's a series on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us.
Yes.
If you're into movies at all.
Yes.
Great series to watch.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it.
Okay. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah.
I'll
great.
check it out.
You're watching...
Is Top Gun on there?
No. Oh, the first one might be. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Also, that Val Kilmer stuff was hard to watch.
It really was. Maybe leave that part out.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Top Gun. We're going to talk about it.
I mean, we didn't say why it was uncomfortable.
Oh, we should.
Yeah, dude. He was like Stephen Hawking. He's like a standing
Or like
Hawking.
a smoker was like, did he have the talk box?
No, I think it's implanted. I don't think you have to do it like a bullhorn anymore.
Did you see his end of life documentary?
No.
Val Kilmer's?
No.
He's been filming since his Broadway days. He's been carrying around a camcorder. And he saved
Nuts.
all the footage. And he just dropped it right before he died.
Wait, he died already? I didn't hear he died.
Isn't he dead? Val Kilmer's got to be dead.
I don't think he's dead.
I think he's dead. I'm going to Google it. Jamie, look that up.
Is Val really? I mean, I don't know why I said it like, oh, the guy with no voice?
The end of Top Gun said in memoriam of
Did it?
Val. I think so. You got me questioning it.
You're probably right. I mean, he didn't seem like he had seconds left after he filmed that scene in Top Gun.
Actor. Oh, he's still alive. Sorry, Val.
Where this in memoriam thing? Where'd you get that from?
I could have sworn it said. Maybe they were. I don't know. I don't know where I got it from.
Yeah. Oh no, the character dies.
Right. And I just assumed Val Kilmer was dead because the movie is truth. Wow. I'm glad I edit this show.
Also, I'd love for you to put this after the 20 canned episodes. This is the 21st, and they're like, why are they talking about Top Gun still?
Oh, I had Joey Avery on a couple weeks ago. He's making mid-season football predictions for the November and election results for, I don't even know if we have an election.
Midterms, yeah.
Yeah. He picked all kinds of stuff. I want to put his episode out next week, but he picked a bunch of stuff.
Well, that was nice of him to do that for you, though.
Well, if I put it out early, the predictions might come true. If I wait, it'll look like we just talked about shit that happened last week.
Right.
So, you got any predictions coming up for next week?
Next week?
Yeah, I'm going to drop this tomorrow.
Okay, what's happening next week?
I don't know. The Queen just died last week.
Well, I can't predict that. It already happened.
Who's going to die next week?
Who's going to die next week? Val Kilmer.
Come on!
Okay, odds are.
Holy shit. That would blow my podcast up. Amazing.
I'll make it happen.
Okay.
I know some people from the military.
I mean, he lives a literal mile away from here.
Yeah, for sure he does.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a kid. I didn't have a kid. I hope I don't. But when I was a kid, there was a gas station, Lawrenceville Highway 120, out there in Gwinnett County, Georgia. And it was either a racetrack or a Quick Trip, I forget. But one of the attendants had the hole in his throat.
Oh, did he?
And he was straight up smoked through the hole.
Smoked through the hole.
Have you seen that before? North Carolina, you had to have seen that.
Yeah.
I think you can still smoke everywhere in North Carolina.
Almost. You have to go. You can't smoke inside bars anymore, but we were the last state.
Yeah, because I remember not long at all ago going into a gas station somewhere in North Carolina, and the woman just had a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah, if you work at a gas station, you can smoke inside the gas station.
Yeah.
Or by the pumps.
Is it a pathetic life rule where they're like, hey, you can do whatever the fuck you want?
We just need people to run these gas stations.
Yeah, that's where all the tobacco is grown. So
we grow it in North Carolina, and they roll it in Virginia, which is really weird.
That is weird. Did you know that tobacco sales now are bigger than ever?
I would have assumed that they were lower because of vaping.
Yeah, no, they're bigger than ever right now.
Really?
It's all international, though. It's not the U.S.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that the vape companies didn't get out in front of not the vape companies, big tobacco. I can't believe they didn't get out in front of vaping and buy all the vape companies.
I know. I remember when weed, before it was even on the ballot, when it was just medical in California, I remember Philip Morris was buying up all this land in Central California because they were getting ready to drop some massive grows.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about Philip Morris.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're like a silent partner with some of these companies.
I think we all assumed we'd be able to go to like gas station and be like, give me a pack of marijuanas or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not it. You have to go to a fucking store. Like in North Carolina, you have to go to an ABC store to get booze.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those blue laws, dude.
Yeah. And in South Carolina, they don't have big bottles, as you know.
Yes.
Just educating the folks at home. If you go to a bar, they have individual 1 ounce shots.
Yes.
The trash
Airplane
cans
bottles.
are, which you can't take on airplanes anymore.
Yes.
In LAX, you can fly with an ounce of weed to a state that weed is illegal.
Right.
But you can't bring booze on the plane or they won't serve you a drink anymore.
Well, I mean, the amount of like post-pandemic people who have just been in fucking full-on brawls on airplanes, like the what's the word for your behavior that I'm thinking of? Jesus Christ, conduct.
When you act out.
Decor.
Oh, yeah.
The decor of the country is in rapid decline.
Sure.
It is.
As well it should be.
It's wild out there, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to have a sleeveless president really soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you say sleeveless?
Sleeveless. Never wear, like a Pat McAfee style, like never wear sleeves.
Oh, yeah. Like former professional wrestler. Perhaps Hulk Hogan, I think, would be my first choice.
Hulk Hogan probably, I don't know if he could overcome some of his scandals. He's got a sex tape out. Although I think we're due for a president with a sex tape.
I mean, we've hit every other nail.
That's true.
You know? I mean, Kanye
as president, you want him? Like, you want Hogan West?
Hogan West or West Hogan.
West Hogan.
West Hogan. That sounds like a good, like a Western. Yeah. We're going to go down there and we're going to round them all up.
I like that Western voice. That's good.
Smoked for 25 years.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
Do you still dream about smoking?
No. I did have weird dreams last night, though.
What happened?
I don't remember what they are.
Yeah. I've been, I'm like sober now, except for I have to take weed to sleep.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, dude, if I don't have weed to sleep, the nightmares that create, because it's just all that, whatever that chemical is that causes you to dream, it just sits there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
all day.
When there's no weed, that's like leaving the door open for him.
Right.
And the next thing you know, your fucking mom's head's on an octopus body. And
yeah.
Got a Hitler mustache.
She turns into Batman, and then you have sex, and you actually have a night erection and come a little bit.
And then you make
Yeah.
You have sex with your mom, and then you come out.
Right. Ooh.
But
I haven't had that one
yet. It's
a
little off.
You ever killed anybody in your dreams?
No, I sleep like I've been shot in the back of the head, like my arms under. So I think my arms like fall asleep, like literally, and so because I have.
You sleep on your stomach?
Yeah, and I have these dreams where I'm fist fighting, and I just can't.
And you're getting punched in the face.
Yes,
and you can't move your arms.
Can't throw a fucking punch.
I have the one where the guy's walking slowly to get you, but I can get on a plane. But 3 weeks later, he shows up because he just keeps walking.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I also have free falling dreams, and I hit the ground, and I don't wake up.
You hit the ground, and then what?
They say if you hit the ground when in your dreams, you die.
Okay.
If you skydive and hit the ground in your dreams, I'm like the Matrix, man. I can hit the ground, I can just get up and walk away.
So that's like what how do they know if the person died? How would they know that that's what the dream they had?
I don't know. It's like maybe they built the pyramids.
That doesn't seem like they could really know that.
I don't know how they would know that.
Maybe from DMT trips, isn't that
that's the first thing. That's the pamphlet they give you when you trip on DMT. They're like, don't hit the ground.
Yeah,
you're gonna die.
Yeah, it also the T stands for tool. Did you know that?
I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn mountain of tool is what it stands for.
Damn mountain of tool.
This is the tool episode. I love a little bit of weed or CBD to go to bed, but it gives me wicked dry mouth. And then I wake up thirsty, and I'm like, my tongue's stuck to the roof of my mouth.
Do you have apnea? Are you a mouth breather?
Oh, big apnea. Yeah. Yep.
Have you lost a lot of weight? Were you a big fat guy?
No, I'm at my heaviest.
You're at your heaviest right now?
Well, I've been working out all summer, but I've never been more than 185.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I weighed in at 219 today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're really going for it. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
That's fine.
Oh, I'm not worried about it.
I'm only 5'11".
What's gonna happen if I walked in here with a 6-pack? Would anything be different?
Beer?
Huh?
Of beer? No, you said you're sober. You mean a 6-pack abs?
Yeah. Like, I'm not the kind of guy it matters if I'm in shape or not.
Not to me.
Yeah, it's not like you got to have a face to go with your abs.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, some people, they lose weight, they get in shape, and they look great. And that's amazing, and their life changes. But for me, I could be running a marathon. I would still have this face.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter.
Stuck. Your face stuck.
Yeah, my roommate, he's got a 6-pack, and it's doing nothing for him.
Yeah.
LA's the only town where you find people with 6-packs who are suicidal. Don't you think?
I don't know. I've never met any 6-packers outside of. Well, I guess I have. I met a bunch of military people in North Carolina. They all had 6-packs. But that's just because they have to.
I never had a 6-pack in the military. I don't think it's possible for me to have one.
Really?
Playing football, nothing. Never had a.
You're
6-pack.
biologically immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a soft bod.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't care.
There's people out there for that. You just has to line up with what your sexual preferences are.
Yeah. My girlfriend doesn't seem. She doesn't seem to care at all. She's like, I'm the last branch on the way down, like, kind of thing. You know, like, yeah. Like, I can do no wrong because I think she might be more scared to be alone. So everything I do is great.
Wow.
And that's dating in your late 30s.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she
just
can do no wrong.
A communion of just necessity.
We need each other.
There you go. We're tired of trying. I've given up. You've given up.
Yes.
Let's give up together.
That's exactly what.
But that also, if you get married, that might just be too much effort because then you have to like be around each other all the time.
No. It's just that it's more like it's like money in the bank.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to be like Scrooge. You don't have to go swimming around in your money. Like, it's just nice to know that money's there. So even like no matter where you are, the money is still in your bank.
Yeah.
So if I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, making a hockey movie, I know that she's back there in California. We don't need to be. No, we're not codependent. We know that we are saving each other from the wild. From being out there in the wild.
You no longer have the air of desperation on you when you go out in public.
Yeah, or that like I have somebody to write on for the emergency contact.
Oh, that's a good.
You know?
one. Yeah.
That takes
Other
a
than
bit-
your mom. Yeah.
She's dead.
Oh, well, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a phone number for that.
It's dead.com.
Dead.com.
Yeah, you have to go to
Yeah. You have to email dead.com, but that's like a bot.
Yeah, and then you have to provide proof of death.
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, I have to do the same thing with my dad. It's a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, I remember your dad murder-suicide my mom.
I knew we knew each other.
You rang a bell.
Familiar.
Yes.
Well, we both gained a little weight from
Yeah,
16 years ago. So.
Yeah. 219 now.
I think I could get to 219 if I tried.
Yeah.
I want to.
That's not, you don't even have to say that.
Yeah.
Anybody can get fatter.
Yeah.
That's not impressive.
Right.
Me getting to 185, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I think I want to be. I want to walk around at like 165, 170.
Like you have fighting weight and walk around weight.
Yeah. Like for this podcast, I've dehydrated myself down to 165.
I street walk at 165. I pod at 147. I'm a welterweight podcaster.
It's hard enough to get guests, and you can only interview people your own weight. Oh. Great. You have a better shot at it, though. I think there's more comedians in your.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I look like a police sketch drawing of a comedian. Yeah.
We should talk about your pods. We didn't even plug them up front.
Oh, yeah. I just started. So I used to do this podcast with my friend Ramsey Badawi called Worst Hour of the Week. And it was a very good show. But we both have the same sickness of self-sabotage and this same. We're still really good friends. The show was doing well, but it had a lot of potential to grow, but we just couldn't stick to a schedule. We just had all the shortcomings of losers.
Yep.
And I'm not calling Ramsey a loser. I am calling myself a loser, but I'm not calling Ramsey a loser. But
and he
together,
hangs out with a loser.
Yeah. And so we stopped it. We gave it a good try. People loved it. And then so I started a solo pod with my friend Tyler is producing, and he is on mic off camera style. And it's just me. And I'm having a blast. I'm just like playing guitar on it, making fun of everything.
Yeah.
And it's called Concrete Kicks. And I'm getting a good response. But the thing that confuses me is that most of my listens are audio, and I make no effort to make it even digestible orally or
Orally.
Yeah, like
auditorially.
I'm like watching videos and I'm like, I don't understand how people, I don't know. I feel like maybe they're playing it at nursing homes to put people to sleep or something. But
well, then you got an inside track there.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right?
Yeah. Well, did your former audience from Worst?
Yeah, they came over. Yeah, they came. That's probably what it is. They're just used to the audio.
That'll
format.
do it.
Yeah.
I did a daily pop culture podcast during Pandy, and we played videos and did all that shit. And literally, no one watched it on YouTube. Like literally, there's some episodes that have fucking 0 views.
Yeah.
And then our audio was like,
it was great, right?
It was going really good for like 2 non-famous people that just talk to each other every day.
Yeah.
The audio was doing super good.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, but I'm loving this solo stuff. And then I also am doing a podcast with my friend comedian Bruce Gray called Fat Jocks.
Yeah.
And we have not been posting on YouTube. We've just been doing audio. But that's like more of a sports pod. But it a lot of people message us telling us that they hate sports, but they love the pod.
Interesting.
And because we don't try to be like sports media infuriates me.
Yeah, dude.
There is no more useless thing in the world.
Yeah.
Sports media is brutal.
But what are you going to watch when there's new games on, bro?
I know. Like, we're not like into a lot of predictions and this is, all that stuff that nobody could ever know. I mean, all of sports media is made up bullshit that nobody could ever know the answer to.
Or gossip from the game that happened earlier.
Yeah. So, we're more into that.
Yeah.
We'll gossip about the games that happened earlier. Yeah, and we like to reminisce about a lot of sports from back in the day and all that stuff. But it's been really fun.
Yeah. I just had Kelly Ryan on last Friday.
Right.
So we're looking forward to having Bruce on soon.
I love, dude, Kelly. So there's been so many funny moments where, I was at a green room of a comedy club with Bruce, and no, Bruce wasn't. Bruce and Kelly they're dating comedians, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that, but for your listeners at home, that's why this is relevant,
Right? Yeah, and her episode's not coming out till October. So
yeah, I was talking to somebody about Bruce. And she was a person in the industry, and she goes, "I love Bruce." Then she goes, "I love Kelly." And so that's become a thing I do to Bruce all the time. But then it happened to me. I was at a show, and somebody didn't show up, and they ran up. They're like, "Hey, can you go up and cover?" And they were in the middle of the sentence, and they looked over my head and saw Kelly, and they were like, "Hey, Kelly, can you go up?" So Kelly is just leapfrogging Bruce and I.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just really funny because it was like for like 2 weeks I had that over his head to make fun of him with that, and then the exact same thing happened to me.
Oh my God, that would be so soul crushing.
No, it's fine.
I mean, to me, because I get up on stage like once a month.
Yeah.
Just so see that glimmer of stage hope.
How long have you been doing it?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
You
I took 3 years off.
You took 3 years?
Yeah. I started and I took 3 years off and I just started back up.
4 years includes the pandemic?
Yeah.
Okay,
So we started 2018.
And then
that's when I started the podcast studio.
In LA you started here?
Yeah. Yeah, started here. I've been here for 16 years. Been in the
doing
film
videography and stuff.
Doing commercials, directing and assistant directing commercials, films, television, and then I do videography for these two chuckleheads.
Yeah,
and I shoot at the clubs.
I mean, comedy is now it's just photographs and 30-second clips of crowd work.
Yeah,
that's 100%. What comedy is,
and that's how I get stage time. So I'll find a club headliner, and if they'll take me on the road with them, then I'll shoot and clip their shows for their social, and then they give me 10 minutes a night.
So you're like going up like the Chicago Theater doing 10 minutes?
No, I have not gone up at the Chicago Theater. I've been on that stage with a camera.
Is that the Chicago? Did I nail that?
That's the Chicago Theater. That's the Wiltern.
Nice.
Yeah, good eye.
Yeah.
No, I'll do Cubs. Like I'm doing San Diego next Thursday with Joey Avery.
Nice.
And Mark Smalls.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I first started, me and Mark Smalls were at the same open mics together in the Bay Area.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's very funny.
He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be next week's episode.
Shit.
Yeah, stay tuned next week for Mark Smalls right before I go to San Diego with him and Joey Avery, who's not coming out till November because of his football picks.
His football predictions.
Yeah.
He didn't predict the midterm though?
He did. It was just like so many episodes recorded ago that like it's
you don't
starting
remember?
to get lost in the soup.
I'm interested. This is going to be because I mean Republicans vote in the midterms. That's because they're squares. That
Yeah.
like they'll vote. That's like how I like non-title 6-round fights. You know, in like they call them smokers. Like I'll go to like the shittiest boxing fight in LA ever.
Oh, yeah?
That's like what the midterms are. Like,
Did you watch the boxing this weekend? Not to cut you off.
I did, but I was at the 9 Inch Nails show, and I was watched the first 4 rounds. Saw Triple G was as old as everybody predicted him to be, and then Trent Reznor came out, and I turned it off because I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Wow.
And it went the exact way you could. The first 4 rounds telegraphed the next 8.
Yeah.
It was. It went exactly. I watched the rest of it after. I'm not those fights don't. Canelo is not interesting to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just like, to me, he's kind of like a pop icon more than a boxing icon.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I'm saying like I know anything about
yeah,
boxing.
I don't want to go down this road. This is boring. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I apologize. I'm wearing a boxing gym shirt right now. I'm just a big fuck. I got so little passions left in life. This is one of them. And you know what's funny? It's funny to be like so passionate about something and be such a pussy.
And that so passionate about it that you don't want to talk about it.
Well, because there's nothing worse than when somebody really knows what they're talking about. That's when it gets boring.
Like Tool.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian.
Jiu-jitsu metal.
He just tooled me to death at the bar last night, so I'm getting him back right now.
Yeah. Oh, the time signatures are changed. You know.
He went to the Canelo fight this weekend in Vegas.
I'm going November 19th. I'll be at the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight.
Who's fighting?
Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence.
I thought that was the
Your
name of
listening
the
skills are
that my ADD's
phenomenal.
I thought that was the name of the center that you were going.
ADD doesn't kick in.
It's kicking.
It's there always.
Is it? Then I don't have it.
I like your watch.
Oh,
speaking
thanks,
of ADD,
appreciate that. It's the next.
Can't put something shiny in my face. It's making me like keep talking.
Speaking of ADD, huh?
Yeah, it's really bad, dude. I have it real bad too.
Yeah.
The ADHD.
Does that help or hurt you on the Solo Rant podcast? The concrete kicks.
I would assume it helps.
Yeah.
I would assume that's one of the few places. I think like talking, doing stand up, stuff like that, it helps. But anything that will further your career is almost impossible. You know what I mean? The legwork side of things.
Oh, like clipping it out and like putting it on
just
social.
fucking writing. It's all, I don't know, man. It's like it's tough to fucking sit down and do something.
I like to be on stage in front of people. I don't like to prepare for that whatsoever. And then I don't like when it goes bad. So far, I like to do crowd work.
That's that Mark Maron started a special one time where he said, I didn't prepare. And I think he said, like, this is his win-win because if it goes well, holy shit, I pulled it off.
Right.
If it goes bad, well, I didn't prepare.
I think he wrote that.
Yeah, I think that's his. Yeah, he definitely wrote that.
Yeah, that's too good.
Yeah, it's too good of an unprepared rant.
I'm going to, yeah. Listen to all this fully prepared shit that I'm going to say for an hour. Do you have an hour? You're headlining, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got an hour. You ready to cook it? You ready to ship it out? Put it on special?
I would love to, but what I'm going to do is I haven't found a venue for this yet, but I have a team of people that are going to film it. I'm actually going to do. I'm catering to the short attention span. I think I'm going to do a set and chop it into 15 minutes and do 3 or 4 15-minute short specials.
That might be the new wave.
Just
even 5s.
If you're not famous, who wants to hang out with you for an hour?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta
even the best specials. Netflix doesn't release their analytics, but from what people have alluded to, most people shut a special off after 42 minutes.
Yes.
Most people turn an hour-long podcast off after 42 minutes. We get to see those analytics.
Yeah, I see that. Try 17.5 minutes.
I mean, you're lucky if you're getting 17.5. But some of mine have gone like hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's like, man, if you can get them past the first 20 minutes, you're doing great.
Yeah, I just think it would be arrogant for me to put out an hour. I got a mediocre following. Like I just think like you got to build to the hour.
Sure.
You know, a lot of people, they did their 15, their 30, and because remember Netflix was doing those 15s for a while.
They just hand them out.
Yeah.
I almost got one.
Did you? Good for you.
It's crazy.
You were gonna I was just gonna crowd work
standing behind one of these guys, and they were like, "What's your name?" You get one too.
Yeah.
Well, we have hit the 50-minute mark, so it is time.
God damn.
For the lightning round.
Podcasting is so easy,
and it's so fun, right?
How was this for you?
This was great. No one in Los Angeles gets sarcasm.
I know. It's a huge problem.
It's a huge problem.
Do you know how many? Listen, none of your listeners are going to know who I am. Like, I'm not a successful comedian. The amount of micro cancelings I've gone through, out of pure just sarcasm because I'm from the Eastern Seaboard.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
And guys is non-gender specific to everybody I'm looking at.
100%.
People can't understand that. I have to correct myself now. I'm like, let's go, guys.
Oh, when you're on sets and stuff? Oh, yeah. Dude, I was just on a set in South Carolina. There was no COVID station. Nothing. No COVID check-ins, no bracelets, nothing.
No zones.
Nothing, dude. Just people sticking their hands in bags of cashews. You want some? Yes. Not, and it was... And like, I'm not like a fanatic either way about COVID. Right. I don't have strong opinions. I mean, I do, but not about like the testing and stuff. If you want to test me, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
As long as you pay for it. But
and pay me for my time.
Yeah. But like, it was so nice to just show up and just chill and make a movie.
Right. So from commercial to commercial, it's always different. I went on one that was like no mask, no COVID officer, no testing. And then the next day, I had to get up early and drive to a test. And the shoot after that, they had a PA bring 2 home tests to my house. Yeah, I did. Before I did South Carolina, I was on a set in Burbank, and I had to get tested every 48 hours and check in, get a bracelet. Anyway, you're lightning round. You're a talent, though, when you get there, right? The South Carolina was talent. I was crew in Burbank. In Burbank. Oh, man, when it first hit. Mm-hmm. Anybody within 6 feet of talent, face shield and a mask. Yes. Anybody within 12 feet, face shield and a mask. And, it was so. But talent's just walking around, just spitting in each other's mouths. Bunch of Caligulas. I'm when I'm ADing, I have to project my voice through a KN95 through a face shield, and people are like, I'm trying to talk into a walkie. Oh God. Yeah, I took as few jobs as I possibly could to survive because it was just driving me insane. Yeah. And then I would take the non-union jobs specifically because they were like, let's go. Fuck. Yeah. We're shooting in Orange County. Well, it became an industry. That was my problem with it. Right. And now we can't lose it because a bunch of PAs who are, and I've PA'd a lot. I'm not saying PA with stink on it. Yeah. But a bunch of PAs got elevated to COVID officers, started making a real good living. 400 a day. And it became a part of the industry. Mm-hmm. And good for them for making their money. I don't resent that at all. But like, Jesus Christ. But it's like TSA. Are we going to have COVID officers in 25 years? Yeah. Well, are you against TSA? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really? Yeah. 9/11 really sucked. It did suck. 9/11 I didn't realize I was against TSA until right now. So I might want to rewind. Have you heard of pre-check? Just get pre-check. I have it. Yeah, I do too. Right. I don't understand why everybody else doesn't have it. It's cheap. Yeah. What is it, like $70? Yes, but if you get international, it's free. Oh my God. Yeah, hot going to London in February. I should do that. Oh my God, go get international, please. You'll save 8 to 10 hours of your life. And that works domestic pre-check too? Domestic pre-check. Like you're saying international, but that covers both your base wherever you go. It's not going to help you when you get to London, but when you come home, you sail through. You know what happened last time I went to London? I've aged terribly. Okay. So my passport was 9 years old. When you left? When I went to, it was on this last leg. They're good for 10 years. Yeah. So I go to the airport, and you know how you scan your passport. You don't have to talk to anybody when you go to London. I scan the passport. My facial recognition from the camera to my passport, less than 33%. Wow. They go, your photo matched less than 33%, so you got to go through a human process. Right. I deteriorated. I lost over 66% of my youthful looks. Wow. That's a record. That's a world record. In just 9 years. Yeah. Oh, I still had my faux hawk in my. I had long hair, but that's not my face. Right. It should. It's supposed to just look in your eyes. I think there's a lot of pain in those. I think that those 9 years, I think things shifted. They're like, he quit drinking. Yeah. He didn't look the same. Which, by the way, I know we're getting light around last segment. Advice for people at home: if you're about to get sober, prepare to look like dog shit. Oh, really, dude? I'm not gonna get sober. Drugs and even I know beer will make you fucking bloated, but liquor and drugs, they keep you sexy. Oh. Yeah, I'm 43. So yeah, we look the same age. Yeah, I don't look a day over. 9 years younger. Sweet. I got to get out here because I got to do some drugs. Sorry. No. I got to go do drugs and alcohol. No, it's just burger night at my I don't have to get out of here either. I'm not rushing you.
But we got to do the lightning round. We lost people at 42 minutes at best anyway.
We did, but I can chop up the lightning round into a mega lightning round with all the season's episodes when I get an editor on staff. What's your favorite venue or club to perform comedy?
You know, it's funny. For years, it was the Tempe Improv.
Okay.
And then I've done it twice recently. I've ended up there for one-nighters. And I think they've been baked. I talked about this on my pod. When the episode's coming out today, actually, I talked about that where it was been like 190 degrees there. And man, it is not the same club. I think those people have been boiled to death.
Yeah, they didn't get any rain, right?
And then they got floods.
Right.
No, they had 134 degrees, and then it was broken up by biblical floods.
Sweet.
So I've had a tough go with it the last 2 times I was there, but up until then. And then I would say beyond that, Comedy on State, Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. Those got to be my 2. If we're talking comedy clubs, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anywhere. You can do, theaters or backyards or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's the weirdest place you've done stand-up?
I started in a laundromat in San Francisco, Brainwash.
Yeah.
And it was like a functioning brain, like there's families folding their laundry, and there's like,
right.
And you know how it is when people are brand new. It's the most gruesome comedy.
Oh, yeah.
And myself included, every new comedian thinks that the most hardcore thing you can possibly fucking say is funny.
Right.
Just because it's hardcore.
Shock humor, yeah.
Yeah. So you just have like, just fucking, grandmas folding their shirts while people are screaming about.
You did that with Mark, right?
Yeah. He was there. Yeah.
You told me all about the brainwash situation.
Yeah. I didn't last in San Francisco very long. I left. I was very much still a very green comedian by the time I left San Francisco. But yeah, we were there together.
Did you come straight down here?
No, I went to Berlin and did comedy in Europe for a while.
Wow.
So I was like, I was brand new, and I was getting like 20-minute sets and stuff like every night.
In English?
In English, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was that just like an opportunity that you picked up that made you go over there, or you went?
I was in bands forever and toured all over the world, and I had one of my record labels that we put out were based out of Germany. I had a lot of connections there.
That makes sense.
I love Berlin. It's just my favorite place.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should have talked more about music.
I know. I'm a big nerd for music too.
Yeah?
Boxing and music and comedy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you checked out Chappelle Lacey's new punk band?
I have. Yeah. They're those are all buddies in that band.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, because of Chappelle, they're like touring with H2O right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's so
yeah.
That's a whole, everybody in that band is super awesome.
Yes.
What's the weirdest thing you saw or did as a kid? We're looking for like a Stand By Me, found a body in the woods, saw a clown in the sewer kind of thing.
And I know this sounds insane, but like, it's hard to remember what I imagined as a kid and what really happened.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I like to have some memories that never happened. And I talk to my friends and I'm like, remember that time we burned the woods down or whatever? And they're like, dude, what? Like, they don't remember the same things that I remember.
You know what? I got a weird one. This is a white trash story. And I tell this on stage, but I'm more eager to tell this right now because there's some drama in my family right now because I've talked about my family on a lot of podcasts. Okay. And I had some family members do a deep dive and snitch to other family members about stuff I said.
Sweet.
So I might as well throw some more fucking.
So this episode will
gasoline on the fire.
At least 3 or 4 views because your family will watch.
Yeah, some trashy Vokeys will check in. But I'll tell the real story. It is a bit, but when my mom passed away at her funeral. Which wasn't a funeral. We did, that's like a new thing. I mean, this was a long time ago, but everybody does the celebration of life now.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was what we were doing. We didn't have a proper funeral.
Okay.
And so we were at that celebration of life, and I had a cousin show up to that funeral, invited, and she straight up hit on me. Invited. I mean, she wouldn't crash the funeral.
Right.
But I had my own cousin hit on me at my mother's funeral.
Is it a she?
She.
Okay.
She pulled a joint out of her tits. She was rubbing my lower, right in front of my sister.
And your sister got jealous.
Yeah, because we were dating.
Right.
Yeah. But
there it is.
But she was like in a mini skirt and a push-up bra at the thing.
Was she on something?
She was on a horrible childhood, I think. Is what she was on.
Wow. Is this a first cousin?
I don't think. No. It's deeper than that. Second or third.
Oh, you're fine.
I mean, I didn't do anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Then you're definitely fine.
Yeah, no, you said the weirdest thing I saw.
Oh,
Not the weirdest thing I did.
saw or did?
Oh, saw or did?
Yeah.
Well, we did not.
Sorry.
I'd like to make it clear that we did not. That's weird, though, right?
Like she pulled a joint out of her tits.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is that weird, actually.
In
the world.
No, it is not.
It's not that weird, actually. It's not a good answer to your question.
Legally, oh no, that's definitely weird. Like I can't name that many people. But like we were told growing up, like second, third, and fourths are okay.
Yeah,
because like biologically, that's so distant.
That's one question I never asked the nuns, because I had to go to CCD, which is Sunday school. So you go to Sunday school and then mass, but it's all one. It's like a 2.5 hour thing. It wasn't like what you were doing, but I never understood.
It wasn't weird like you guys. We didn't have snakes. Doesn't we just say that?
Adam and Eve, right?
Yeah, not Adam and Steve.
They must have been like, and this is not like I don't understand how you can believe that. And that not be like, that's years of inbreeding.
Well, then you can take all those years of inbreeding and reset it at Moses when the flood happened, because it was just Moses and his wife, and then his 2 sons and their wives.
Right. So
it started all over again. It was a ton of inbreeding and then another reset. If we're speaking biblically,
right? That I don't know how you account for that.
Yeah, I think you account for the level of autism that we have in our society right now.
You know what? You ever have somebody tell you something and then it buries into your brain, and then you thought you read it in like the New Yorker or something, right?
And you quote it to somebody else. Yeah. Where did you get that shit?
The Atlantic.
Yeah.
No, but I had a friend who told me that it was just his theory on autism, and he's like, back in the day, autism, like autistic people were just called nerds and geeks. And they were bullied, right?
Yeah.
And they had no sexual cachet or whatever. But then the tech boom happened, and there became a whole industry where these people were the top dogs, and they started meeting each other.
Yes.
And they started marrying each other. And, 2 mildly autistic people create this is not my theory at all. This is just what a guy told me.
Oh, yeah. Some guy.
Yeah. and then like apparently if 2, according to this nut, 2 mildly autistic people have a baby, they make a very autistic baby.
Wow.
I don't think there's any facts to what I'm saying.
Biologically wrong.
But so I walked around for 3-4 years being like, why there's such an increased level of
you're
autism?
Just spreading the Kool-Aid?
I just believed it.
Wow.
I never read, never looked into it, never.
That would mean that like every little person would have little babies, but every little people can have regular sized babies.
I don't know if that would mean that, but I do know that's true.
Well, if X equals Y.
Yeah.
Scientifically speaking. I used to be a scientist.
Yeah, this is the slowest lightning round. I apologize.
No. I don't
ramble.
I should stop calling it a lightning round. I need to find a better name for 7 questions that I ask everybody at the end when no one's listening anymore.
Right.
Maybe that's the title of it. And now it's time for 7 questions at the end of the episode when no one's listening anymore. Have you ever seen a UFO or a ghost?
No.
Have you ever experienced a natural disaster?
Hurricane Bob was a fun time for me, but Hurricane Bob hit Maine in the early 90s when I was a wee lad.
Yeah.
And all I remember is candlelights and playing like Scrabble or something.
I thought you were going to say Ouija boards.
We had a blast. The ice storm. Yeah, no, in Maine, we had a wicked bad ice storm in Maine, if I'm being, I believe it was 98 or something.
Yep. I think that hit the whole East Coast, because I remember that in North Carolina.
Destroyed us.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, that was
What do you do in Maine when the power goes out and it's cold outside?
Well, a lot of people have kerosene heaters that are not attached to the power grid. You know what I mean? Like but
you're not supposed to burn those inside.
Yeah, you are. I had a
kerosene heaters?
Yeah. We had we called it a monitor. Dude, I grew up in a regular ass little 1-family house that had an upstairs and a downstairs. Mm-hmm. There was 3 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. And we had in Maine, before global warming, we had one little monitor and against the wall. And that heated the whole house.
Wow.
It was kerosene. And people are getting fucked hard right now, because kerosene is so fucking expensive.
I was like, where is he going?
Yeah. No, like
that's a great reason to fuck hard.
This winter is going to be fucking insane.
Yeah, it is.
People are trying to fill, a lot of people rely on kerosene for heat.
Yeah. I mean, regular gas for your car is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a little less ridiculous. It was at $8. It's at $5 something.
Yeah, but I'd cut it down 45 cents. So
thanks, Uncle Bye. What is your favorite vacation destination?
I don't know if I've ever been on a vacation. I've traveled everywhere.
Right.
But it's always been either on tour, on the road, working. I don't know if I've ever just gone somewhere. I'm not even kidding. I don't know if I've ever been on vacation.
Really?
I think anytime I've ever taken time off, which
you have a purpose, right?
Or it's like the staycation.
But experienced travelers can turn a work trip into fun, right?
Right. I'm selling it the way I have had to sell it to girlfriends in the past.
Right.
It's like, look,
we're going to do a couple shows, but
I understand I'm in Reykjavik, Iceland right now, but it's a lot of work. I haven't been able to see anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like it. Leave them at home.
Yeah, they would. But I would have to say Barcelona.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love Barcelona.
Did you watch The Running of the Bulls?
I did not watch it. I think it's in Madrid.
Right. That's why you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
That's a good excuse. I'll take it. Pass the test.
No, I went to that fucking park that famous architect designed. What, Getty? No, was it Getty? I don't think it is Getty.
Getty's got his own park here in L.A.
Yeah.
2 of them. One in Malibu also.
I don't know. Arturo Gatti. I don't know. But I love Barcelona. I mean, I drank when I was there, and there's just, there's like people on bicycles selling beers out of coolers for like 50 cents, and you're just drinking on the Mediterranean.
That sounds amazing.
It was a work trip.
Yeah. Working on drinking all this beer. Yeah. Hell yeah. We kind of touched on this earlier, but do you like Las Vegas?
No, I hate it.
Right. And you said that earlier when I asked you, I think.
Fucking hate it.
And the final
first time I went there, though, I will say this: being from the South.
Yeah.
I mean, I consider myself from Maine, but I started drinking in the South.
Yeah.
Seeing booze just naked on the shelf when I went to Vegas, that's the first time I ever saw liquor just on the shelf
at a bar. Just
no, at a grocery store. I mean,
yeah.
Like that blew my mind, and
Yeah.
I figured out why they don't do it in the South, because I immediately stole 2 bottles of Johnny Walker, put it in my bag, and got hammered. That was my first experience in Las Vegas ever. I was like, they just put this shit on the shelf at the grocery store.
Yeah, now they put those electronic caps on.
Yeah.
And the good stuff's in the cabinet.
Yeah.
But I remember my first time to California. We stopped in Vegas, but I didn't go booze shopping. We came here, and I was like, you can just get it at Ralph's?
I know, right?
I felt so cheated.
I know.
Like, because the liquor store...
It's Sunday.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And then in South Carolina, they lock the liquor store, the beer cabinets at like midnight on Saturday.
Here's the thing, calling back to Charleston, South Carolina, if you go to the River Dogs game, part of those blue laws, those Christian laws about booze, is you can't have a special. You can't have a happy hour special. You can't discount. That has to be the price always. So they have dollar beer night, but in order to have dollar beer night, there is one bar behind the first base line that has $1 beers all the time.
And they don't advertise.
They don't advertise that.
No.
But you can get $1 beers there all the time because they're not allowed to have the $1 beer special.
But do you have to buy a special ticket to get to that bar?
No.
Like seclude it from everyone else?
No.
Really?
No.
$1 beers.
Yeah, behind the first. If you fly to Charleston, go to the River Dogs game, you can get $1 beers.
Call Bill Murray on his pager. 1-800 number. I put the number on my old show.
Yeah.
We called it. He didn't call us back.
Are you serious? He's a nice guy, right?
I've never worked with him. But, do you think the merch at his baseball team is made out of his clothing line?
I didn't know he had a clothing line.
Oh, yeah. It's basically like Tommy Bahama, but for comics. It's like... it's like big and flowy and golf shirts. It's a golf line.
Yeah, that is how he dresses. Yeah. No, I think it's all owned by MLB. I think they're all like MLB sponsored merch.
That would make sense for the Commanders to keep the money.
River Dogs.
I hear they're they're going to do Caddyshack 2.
Really?
Bill Murray and all the other guys.
They should get Mark Norman to play Rodney Dangerfield.
That would be awesome. That would be really awesome.
He's kind of one of the only joke guys that's out there.
Comedy.
Yeah. He could be that.
He could.
Yeah.
Might be a little too old.
Too old?
I'm not to play Rodney, but sorry. Well, sorry. Where my line of thinking was Bill Murray and Steve, whatever. They're all the old guys.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah. They all have money now, and they run the club, and they're the big fat cats. And then there's a whole new group of kids that come in. And
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I recorded a podcast with Chevy Chase like 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah, I produced Adam Ray's podcast.
Okay.
Which I used to produce that, and I was on mic with it, and he came in and did that. It was the coolest fucking. I mean, I get why everybody thinks he's an asshole because nobody has a sense of humor,
Right.
Because he's just a ball buster. He just reminded me of a family member, but with.
Yeah.
But a brilliant, if we had a brilliant family member. But yeah. But dude, just constant insults. So funny.
Yeah. Rogan thinks it's because he did all his pratfalls for so many years and just like beat his body up. That's why he's kind of angry.
Well, he did get addicted to some stuff, I think, because of that,
Yeah,
right? I don't know.
Nothing but time and a shitload of money. Why not?
He's so funny. He grabbed my cock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Funny cock.
Yeah. He wasn't.
He was like, look how little this cock
No,
is.
what he was doing was it was actually brilliant. I asked him for a picture, which is the worst power dynamic ever. Yeah. Is when you ask somebody for a picture. It's uncomfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
And so he goes, yeah, get in here. He goes, let me see those teeth. Smile. He goes, let me see that cock. He grabbed the cock. And what he did is he kind of leveled us out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually like it was a cool move. He kind of just made us like just dudes.
Yeah, which also means he's probably grabbed tens of thousands of dicks.
And it's probably worked every time.
Yeah.
He's going to grab a sensitive cock at some point.
And yeah. I mean, you grab the wrong cock. This is most time cock's been said on this show. I'm gonna have a little counter.
Cock counter?
Cock. Actually, I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do it.
That's easy.
Unless I physically get all the numbers and then put them in one at a time.
And then you have to put in dings.
Yeah. Oh, great.
The dings.
The dings are.
Don't do a cock counter without a ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't. Yeah. I don't have the one that can do it itself.
It would have to have like AI. It would have to have like voice recognizing.
Yeah, but that's how we do clips. They auto transcribes now. So
yeah, I actually transcribe my own because I have OCD about the rhythm being off.
Oh, I'll move it around.
Yeah.
Nerd alert. Podcasters talking to each other.
Sorry.
No. I love talking about shit. I mean, I could nerd out about how people clip and do their podcast. I could do a podcast about that. It would probably be.
Can
more
I give
successful.
young comics advice? Don't add laughter and into your clips, and I'll tell you why, man. If it's do you hear? I'll tell you why, man. What was that? What, I guess
the voice of experience.
Yeah. What the hell? What am I?
And I'll tell you why.
What is this, Platoon?
Down on the mesa.
Keep your socks dry.
That's rule number one.
What the hell was that?
I'll tell you, boy.
No, but if it's actually funny, people, the same way people like to tear you down, they like to build you up. If nobody's laughing and it's actually funny, it'll take off because people are like, this was way funnier than the crowd gave it, and they like to like get behind you.
Okay.
Adding laughter is a bad move, and it's so obvious.
Oh, yeah. I took one of my biggest bombs from Minnesota and I chopped it up and I put laughter on it because it was just so incredibly uncomfortable.
Minnesota. That's Acme, another one of my favorite places.
Yeah, House of Comedy.
Yeah. The mall venue. Rick Bronson.
It's my one road gig till next Thursday.
So that's why you did that. Oof. Yeah. Oh, it's tough out there, man. I was like, what do you mean, oof?
The road.
The ceiling's so high in that place. It's like an airplane hangar.
God damn it. This is my 1,000-mile stare from being on the road one time.
I'll tell you what, man. Oh, God.
Been on out in these streets too long.
That's going to haunt me on the drive home, me saying man like that.
Why?
Man.
Just, are you just getting your Matthew McConaughey on?
Just so corny.
Man.
Is there a last question there?
Yeah, and this is the hardest one.
Okay.
Hope you're ready. What is the best meal you've ever had in your whole life?
Well, my favorite restaurant in LA, I don't remember how to say it. It's that Cuban restaurant on Sunset, like next to the Baskin Robbins. El Cochinito?
Yeah.
That's like my favorite restaurant in LA.
Yeah.
I've been all over.
Been around the world, and
I was really good friends with one of your employees, and that man will spend $400 to $500 a
spare
meal.
no expense.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of the fancy restaurants. Nothing. The Cuban restaurant is. I hate to be that guy. I'm just like I might as well be on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour because I'm like I ain't much for fanciness. Just get me. All I needed is some Milanese.
Yeah.
But my favorite there's shrimp and grits in Richmond, Virginia that I had one time when I was hungover like a motherfucker, and I was feeling like shit. And I had this. I went to some small place in Richmond, Virginia, and they were known for their shrimp and grits, and it just. The anxiety hangovers.
Yeah.
What
did I do last night?
I was having a real bad anxiety over.
Yeah.
And that shrimp and grits hit me like a fucking Xanax. And I just felt good I was tired, but I felt good for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was probably clogging my arteries. But the fact that I remember that, and that was years ago, that's got to be up there.
Yeah.
One of the best meals I've ever had.
There's a place in...
Another sentimental one.
All right.
I went vegetarian when I was 13 years old.
Oh, that's punk.
And my mom's best recipe was chicken parmesan. She learned how to make eggplant parmesan.
Just for you?
Just for me.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
There was one little eggplant parmesan and a big thing of chicken parmesan for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That sticks with me.
Yeah. Eggplant's pretty good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Makes my stomach hurt if I have it too much though. Like I went on a baba ganoush kick and
Oof.
yeah, you can't do that every day.
Not every day. It's like broccoli. You can overindulge in broccoli.
Broccoli farts, underrated.
Yeah.
Some of the worst smelling farts there are.
I eat a lot of broccoli.
Yeah, it's good for you.
It is. It's good for me.
Do you steam it?
I'm a one-pot chef. So I get my big pasta pot.
Like a gumbo style?
Yeah, well, I'll throw like a bunch of frozen veggies in there, a little bit of oil, and then I'll put as much water as I need to make rice. And then once everything's steaming, I'll throw like 5 meatballs in there and then put the rice in. And I'll either slow cook it if I'm going to ride my exercise bike, or I'll fast cook it and eat it right away.
See, this what you're explaining to me right now is why I always had a hard time working on a set. Being a talent on a set's easier. That comes with its own stresses. But all these type A motherfuckers who make their meals for the week.
No, I didn't. Just one at a time.
You mentioned exercise bike while you're cooking.
Yeah.
And a director needs to be like that.
Yeah.
You have to be like that. But I would drive you crazy if I was working under you because I'm just so dysfunctional. And everybody needs to be functional.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that the whole crew is dysfunctional. And you have to go, hey, it's your turn to do your job now. Because there's 175 people sitting around doing nothing.
Yes.
And they're all waiting to be told what to do.
But some sets have about 45 type A people too.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I can't.
Too
I hate it because I'm like, hey, I hate putting you through this. I know you need somebody who's, in the military we'd say squared away.
Yeah.
I know you need somebody who's squared away, but like I'm just not. So what can I do to help you?
Yeah.
Is there an acting role that opened up?
Well, what department do you normally work in on set?
Grip.
Okay.
A lot of grip work.
Yeah, you and I would never talk. Because I can tell you're not a key grip.
No.
So you're fine.
I love the grips because everybody hates them. They're the meanest people on the set.
You want to be the best boy because you sit on the truck and wait for somebody to call for something.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's
as long as you don't have to drive the truck.
But then you have to know what things are.
Yeah, and there's 5,000 things on a grip truck, and they all have 10 names.
And it's like, and also it's like the fucking the set talk is like being a fuck. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. The set talk is like, the French have to have a word for it. They can't say internet. All the other languages. If a new thing comes along, they just call it what everybody. It's streamlined.
Yeah.
In China, it's the internet. Here, it's the internet. They have some goofy fucking French word. That's how sets are, where they're like an extension cable.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a stinger.
It doesn't have to be a fucking stinger.
It does if you're an electrician.
And now I'm vulnerable because I don't know what a stinger is.
Oh, yeah. When every PA's got the story about when the first time they were asked for an apple or an apple box. They go to Crafty. Oh, I need a quarter apple. And they cut an apple in quarters. Which they should have just asked Grip for an apple box anyway. But I didn't know what a magliner was on my first PA day.
Yeah, none of this stuff.
It's
What's a crane?
It's a jib.
Yeah.
And if it moves and articulates, it's a techno crane.
It's crane. We have these words already.
Right. Well, the thing that bothered me from the start was the stolen valor of military talk on the walkies.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm 10-1. No, you're not. You're going, no.
You ever heard somebody say over and out?
Oh, I would.
Over is asking for a response. Out is end of communication. What do you want from me? Do you want me to respond?
That's a movie thing then, isn't it? Yeah.
Over and out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it over or is it out? I'm trying to get a Seinfeld, military Seinfeld.
Last thing.
Is it over or is it out?
I don't know.
That was a good Seinfeld right there, dude.
I just listened to Pete Holmes talk to Jason Alexander for 2 hours, and Pete did Seinfeld the whole time.
Oh, that must be fun for Jason.
Oh, yeah. I have a theory that Jason Alexander thinks everyone talks like Jerry Seinfeld because everyone tries to do Jerry to Jason Alexander.
Oh, he's been made insane.
Yeah, so he's like, I think everybody talks like this. And he's the only one speaking normally. That's why he became a successful actor, because he's got such a unique voice.
That's a good theory.
It could be.
If I met him, I'd do Kramer.
Oh, yeah. So maybe,
the Laugh Factory.
Maybe you get 3 choices.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to be Elaine, Kramer, or Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Larry David.
Yeah.
Or the audience. Or the sound guy. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Brian, let's plug all your stuff one more time.
Concrete Kicks is the name of the podcast. That's like the shoes that the mafia would put on you to sink you in a river.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Because, it's we're going to sink. That's like usually we do a deep dive onto something, but, there's no real format. You can't follow format. It's tough.
No, you got to just do you.
Yeah, so Concrete Kicks is the podcast. Mr. Bryan Vokey on Instagram, which is where all the dates are. I have a decent amount of. I'm going to London and I'm doing a European tour in February and March. That starts at the very end of February and early March. So I'll be all over, starting in Switzerland, go to Germany, Amsterdam, blah blah blah, and then what else do I have?
Where are they getting the tickets for that at? On the website?
Everything goes through my Instagram.
Okay.
I promote everything on there. I have a TikTok that's blowing up, but they seem to be turning on me at Vokey Bryan.
All right.
They've already built me up. Now they're ripping the carpet out from under me.
Yeah. What'd you get up to? Over 100?
No. We're in the 30s.
30s?
Yeah.
30s of followers?
Yeah. 30K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still at 42. Period.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. If I don't, it's interesting. If I don't post something controversial, I get killed. People come to me for I don't know, whatever. I don't even want to. I hate the word controversial. It's such a pretentious word.
It is. We got a controversial take from Bryan.
Yeah, it's not. Ugh.
No, it's somebody got their panties in a twist about something.
Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to create controversy. Let me stir the pot.
Yeah, it feels like you can smell people that do it on purpose coming down the street.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy's just like Andrew Tate's just trying to be.
Yeah, I came out to the Improv the other night, and as a goof, I slapped everybody's hand in the front row like Jay Leno.
Oh,
you remember how I used to do that? Yeah. And I was just like, "How's everybody doing?" And they were looking at me. It was insane. And I go, "I don't have the right energy for this, do I?" And I got a laugh of recognition.
Yeah,
it's just no. We need to be talking about the devil and dark stuff, and I can't be. How's everybody doing? That's just not who I am.
Yeah, I'm definitely the opposite. I'm trying to get myself out of the high energy thing because I don't think I want to do high energy when I'm 60.
There's this comedian, Greg Hahn, who opens for Louis still to this day.
Yeah.
And he's like an older physical comedian, and I love it.
And he's still just
it's kind of
doing
cool.
Jump kicks at 60.
Yeah, dude, he's got like some bench pressing joke, and he's like out there, and he's like doing jumping jacks and shit. He's old as fuck.
Right.
And it makes me laugh. I like him.
That's funny.
Yeah. You should stay physical.
Stay physical. I should just get the fucking flash dance and start running. You can't see my feet are moving behind this fucking desk.
We can figure it out.
You can envision it.
Yeah.
Bryan, thanks for coming.
This was a blast.
And please, everybody, check out his podcast. If you're not going to watch this, at least watch that.
Or Fat Jocks. Listen to that.
Yeah, with Bruce, who is eventually hopefully coming on the show.
Yeah, my comedy best friend.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, I've never met him.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like I follow him.
He's the fat, I'm the jock.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm positive. This is one of the few situations where I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we actually, you know what?
Kelly called him fat the other day too. So.
He's a better athlete than me, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you guys played sports against each other?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's a switch hitter.
Oh, boy. Does Kelly know?
All right, folks. You've been lovely.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.